previously on Talk That Talk.
Nope. Nope. Absolutely not.
Nope. You gave him a deduction?
Absolutely. This is not, and my comment was, this is not general effect. Because that's not general effect. Making fun of that dude because he's a larger dude, it's ridiculous. But only us.
Wait, I want to comment on these last two that came in. These last two comments. Again, when we're having conversations on here, there are so many aspects of beliefs and points that we're making. I also do think, yes, in terms of honeybees or whomever, that is definitely a own community, or it's building light and a foundation for a particular perspective in a particular realm, and bringing a different form of the light to bring a different form of the art to the light. Yes, I do understand that. I agree with that. But I'm talking about in terms of the general, what made them so prominent? Because they was larger girls doing splits, doing dancing, because you don't technically, quote unquote, expect that, whatever. Just like if you see a girl going hard on the horn or whatever, she's gonna be looked at. Or if you see a girl on the drum line, she's going to get more footage time or whatever, because you don't, quote unquote, expect that. So that's what I'm saying in terms of the quote unquote gimmick. Do I agree? Not necessarily, but we must be clear and we must be honest that is a portion that adds to it.
So my thing is, I think it can go deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one, free the flag, because the flags do what they want to. And then we talk about the honeybees and somebody who support the hell out of the honeybees. Like, technically, the honeybees wouldn't even have to be a thing if they was given a fair shot to make these dance teams. Like, that's the what we run into.
That too.
There wouldn't have to be a gimmick if they was able to make the real.
Exactly. There would be no need for it.
Exactly. And that's
it would just be the dancers or the
dancers, you know what I'm saying? And people don't want to accept that, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes the honeybees, but they always go get a big reaction. Whether it's people who laugh, who's cheering with them or cheering at them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Laughing with them, laughing at them. My thing is, like, it wouldn't have to be a honeybee if they could simply make that. I know this one time, this girl sent me this long message in my DM on my Instagram about support her movement to let bigger girls join a team. When I seen this girl dance, I was like, dang, like, she's just wild, man. She's a bigger girl, you know what I'm saying? So if they can get on these teams, but that's something that we ain't gonna talk about. So I guess we're gonna keep calling the honeybees a gimmick, you know what I'm saying, and what it is, but let's talk about the bigger picture at hand. They honor the honeybees because they can't make the statistic don't want the bigger girls in the stands. You know what I'm saying? So
right. I mean, I agree with you 100%, Justin. But there are some lines that are starting to evolve. Like, I remember Nova being in a conversation a couple of years ago, because they had a young lady that didn't fit the Miss Howard, stereotypical size, back then. Like, when I was in the band, we were like, those women were small, man, like very, very small. And and you see it even more in the swag. There are a lot of full figure women in these dance lines, man, ladies with hips and stuff like that. Like, remember when what's that young lady? I think she eventually became the captain at Southern. Like, right after, like, a couple of years ago.
You talking about?
Like, I don't remember, but there are teams, man, that are getting away from that. You got to look like you dancing for Alvin Ailey, right?
I appreciate those teams.
But there's also nothing wrong with maintaining an image. Like, we live in a country where everything has to be politically correct, right? But at the end of the day, image is important. These are the people that are on your flyers. These are the people that are selling your university. They ain't picking no dude that look like me and you to be on the flyer. You know what I'm saying? The only time they saw me on the band tape was when I was hitting the trumpet playing daddy. They ain't want this sexiness on the cover. You know what I'm saying?
You get that A flat.
Right. So at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with maintaining an image. But at the end, like you said, it has to be an environment where it's not just making fun of them young ladies.